Hey guys, just coming at you with the workout brief for Friday the 6th of August. But before we do that, I wanted to say a massive thank you for everyone's support ongoing while we closed at the gym. We do have some plans in place should this lockdown go any longer. So we'll be in touch about that. Fingers crossed we can get out of it Sunday and get back into the gym and get back to hanging out and training together. But if we can't, we have got a plan. We'll be in touch. If you have, lost work, your business is shut, you can't generate income, something like that, you're in trouble financially, please make sure you reach out to us, and we'll sort of your membership and stuff out as a priority. But otherwise, we really thank you for the support ongoing, and I'm sure we can get out of this little hiccup within a week or so and be back at it. But for tomorrow, what we have: 4 rounds, 4 time of a 500 meter row. Then we do 9 deadlifts and 18 handstand push-ups. So I'll attack this from the top first. With our comp guys, it's pretty heavy weight, 142, 102. Should be a weight where we could do the round of deadlifts at 9 deadlifts unbroken if we can. All right, so if you can hit that unbroken, not every round and maybe not in this workout, but if you could do 9 reps unbroken once, that'd be a kind of weight that we would be looking to do. All right. With our handstand push-ups, we could take those back. They are a kipping handstand push-up in a deficit for the comp guys, regular for our train RX, and then we could take it back to a push-up. If the push-up's challenging, but you can do full push-ups to your chest, maybe you just do 9 reps. So you could scale the reps back as well. Or as we do in the gym, you could elevate the ground a little bit and put our hands up on a bench, something like that. So that's kind of our options to start with. From there, we could reduce the row if it's a little bit too far. If you do have access to a rowing machine, great. If you don't, we got a number of options there. So we could do 100 double unders. Now, we did do some double unders earlier in the week if you did any of the extras. So if your calves are a bit tight, you could run. If they're still playing up with the run, the other thing we could do is we could bring in an old substitution that we used to use for rowing. And what that is sumo deadlift high pull. So we're pulling the weight from the ground up with a nice high elbow above our shoulders. Now, we could do that with an empty barbell. We could do it with a very light kettlebell or also a light dumbbell. So what we would do there is we would mimic the rowing pattern that we might use. So nice, slow pull, not a slow pull, but slow repetitions. So basically what I'm saying is we're not just ripping away like we would try and rip away at the handle on the rower. It would be like when we're pacing our row out. So nice deep breath, a pull on the rowing handle. Even though we're pacing that row, we're still being aggressive with the pull. So with an empty barbell, kettlebell, we can stand up, pull, catch our breath and go again. And we could do 2 minutes worth of that at a steady pace, or you might choose to do 90 seconds. Again, make sure we're not going too heavy. It should be nice and light. So we used to say the scaling was about 30 reps with a barbell to equal 20 calories on the rower. So just have a think about how you would row if you're rowing at a 25 to 30 strokes per minute, and work that speed or that many reps with the nice light object for a sumo deadlift high pull to sub in for the row. And that's if we're not up for running or we don't have a rower and we're not going to double under. So nice lightweight, that'll get the heart rate up and mimic that row a little bit. Then when we go to the deadlift, we're looking at trying to engage that backside and the back a little bit. So one thing we could do is scale back to inchworms, where we're going to walk our hands out, but instead of walking our hands back, we'll walk our feet into our hands. And when we're doing that, we're making sure that we're pulling with our hamstrings to walk our legs in. That's one option. The other option we could do is we could do backstepping lunges. So if we backstep with the lunge, we need to use our hamstrings and our butt to stand and pull our body back up forward. And you might do 18 of those around. So it could look like sumo deadlift high pull into backstepping lunges in the middle bit, and then push-ups at the end. You could also do banded good mornings in the middle. If you've got a nice strong resistance band at home, that's a good option as well. If you've got all the gear, we're rocking. Now, if you do have all the gear and we're looking to attack this workout, be mindful of how fast you're going on the row. We don't want to, really overexert ourselves on the row. Say we get an extra 15 seconds per 500, which is going to be a minute over the entire workout. So say we go that 15 seconds harder. Think about pacing at a 2-minute pace for 500 versus a 145. Or if you can row a 155 really easy, think about how hard it is to row a 140. And then there's no point doing that and then getting off and adding an extra 20 seconds to the time it takes you to do the deadlift simply because you've gone too hard on the row. So just be mindful of that pacing there. With the handstand push-ups or the push-ups, like any pressing movement, we don't want to go to failure. So you can stop that rep before. I know it's kind of hard. It's like the old, talking about tightening a bolt. This thing when I was an apprentice as a diesel fitter, it'd be like, how tight's it need to be? It's like, well, just tighten it up till it snaps and then back it off half a turn, right? So it's kind of like that with the push-ups. Go to failure or don't go to failure is what we would say. So we want to go to that point just before we fail where we're not struggling to get through a rep. And then that's going to allow us to recover a lot quicker. If we go to failure and we really push and squeeze to get that last rep out, it's going to take a long time to recover. So when we're breaking up our reps for our 18 handstand push-ups or push-ups, let's do smaller sets, quick rest, and then we can continually repeat those reps rather than, getting to a failure point and spending our time on our knees, or standing there waiting for our shoulders to recover. All right, so that's about it, guys, for tomorrow. If you have any questions, please reach out to the coaches, jump on the Zoom. As I said, just to really recap quickly, you can either run instead of row. We could do double unders, so we could do 100 double unders, or we could go for about 30 odd reps of a nice light sumo deadlift high pull if we were going to do 20 calories. So you might go to 30 to 50 reps of a sumo deadlift high pull. For the deadlift, we could up the reps to 18 and do backstepping lunges. We could do inchworms for 9. We could also do banded good mornings. And then finally, with our handstand push-ups, we could do handstand push-ups. We could do regular push-ups. We could do scale back reps. We could lift the ground up. All of those options on the table today, guys. Sorry for the extra long, brief video. I hope everyone's doing well. And again, massive thank you for all the kind words of support. Make sure you keep sharing your videos. And hey, we're back on Waterfly. Let's log some scores and get that leaderboard happening. All right, team. Talk to you soon. Cheers.